Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is What If Female Deku is a bakugou, part 1. Because last time we were at the series, we were at part 0. I need to say something before we start. I could have commented it down below, but really lazy. So for the one comment for saying it's a DC, it's a Marvel. So there are two different things, so I wasn't sure if that was a mistake or you just mistake one of them for the other. But yeah, it's a Hero Academia crossover with Marvel Comics. So I just wanted to correct that right now, so make sure you guys don't, some of you don't get confused, because I know some people that are not familiar with the DC Comics and with Marvel Comics, they might get the two confused. So I just want to touch that up on right now. So all right, let's get on to the story because I wasted a minute of airtime. So let's go. The day progressed. Several days progressed, like normal. She goes to school, hangs out with Silk and Gwen, and comes home and talks to her mother, adopted mother. As one day, when she's walking home from school, she sees all this pictures of this blonde person with wearing tights. As she doesn't know who that is. What's going on? Hey, you, what's going on? What's all this? What's all this about? You haven't heard? The number one hero from Japan is visiting America pretty soon. He should be here in a couple weeks. Oh, great. That should be interesting. Well, if he's number one hero, he should be pretty powerful. Well, I'll check him out, see if I could witness some of his fights. He's about to cause trouble up here, there's no doubt about it. As Izumi walks off, Izumi's walking down the street. She knows this area pretty well. And she's like, oh, I'm right by that awesome shop. I'm a. They have the cheapest and best drinks there. As she walks over to kind of like a what is it called? Not a marketplace, a convenience store, basically what it is. As she walks in, as she sees the old lady at the till, at the register, and she's like, "Oh, hi, Izumi dear. How have you been? You haven't been here in a couple weeks." Yeah, school stuff mostly, ma'am. Go ahead and look around. We have your favorite drinks in stock. Thank you, Grams. Oh, nice watermelon. As she picked up some watermelon candy, as the front, sorry, the sliding glass door opens up. As the teller, the old lady, oh, how can I help you, gentlemen? As she sees three people walk in with wearing all black, wearing ski masks, holding holding handguns, Glocks. Nothing too major. As the head of, oh, sorry, the boss of this little tag group of robbers points his gun at the old lady. Empty your register now. I want everything, and I want everything in a safe as well. If you try and say, I'll kill you, or anyone else here, fan out. If anyone here, I want them brought up front. As the two thugs search around, out of nowhere, sorry, start that again. Out of nowhere, everyone heard a loud explosion as one of the thugs comes flying towards the register, the counter of the register, hitting his back. As the back counter, he hit his head as he's knocked out. As the two left thugs see a blonde girl walking through the alley, through the little not alleyway. What's it called? I worked at grocery store for crying out loud before. I should know what it's called. Jesus. walking down the food aisle. I guess that's the best bit I could get right now. As you got a lot of nerve interrupting my shopping, bottom feeders. I suggest you take that little bottom feeder and go back to where you came from before I get violent. Shoot the bitch. As they're about to shoot her, as Izumi creates a flashbang, as everyone's eyes are blind, as Izumi goes in, blasts their weapons out of their hand. As she high kicks one of them, as he goes flying pretty high up in, well, it's a pretty tall convenience store, the length of it, height wise, inside. So he jumps, as he's up in air, Izumi jumps up, blasts him in his stomach, going strictly towards the ground. She concentrated her explosion for point range attacks when she's up close. As all you saw the tile crack from the impact. As Izumi grabs the last thug, grabs his head, jumps up and knees him in the head. As she grabs his hair, as she ignites a big explosion, as he goes flying against the counter. Izumi walks over to the one that first one she attacked. He's finally, trying to get up. As Izumi places her foot on the guy's throat, give me a reason, bottom feeder. As crackling explosion in her hands. I just needed a fucking excuse. Granny, I suggest you call the cops. Already have, sweetheart. They're on their way. As a note to them, there was other people in the retail store as they were being recorded the whole time. Walks over to the old lady. Granny, have anyone been bugging you recently? Tell me, and I'll take care of it. Oh no, sweetheart. This is not a routine thing. I've noticed. I've been hearing a lot of couple stores been robbed around the area. I think these are the guys that have been doing it. But you put these young whippersnappers into shape. Old people talk, She's pretty old. I gotta say, Izumi, I knew something about you I liked. You put those rude men in their place. The feeling's mutual, Granny. As the cops show up, as they give her a report, as they take the tape for evidence from the security camera, as they got the eyewitness evidence report, but by then they wanted the phone, but it was already too late. The video was already broadcasted online. Sometime after the security tape from the security cameras got leaked, after a couple days of the incident, so it went viral pretty fast. As they had Izumi comes into the police station to ask questions of the incident, as she's in a interrogation room. As she's giving her explanation, all I was doing, officer, was buying some snacks. Guy pulled a gun on me, so I took care of it. That was very dangerous, young lady. I'm fully aware of it, sir. But I'm not powerless. I have a quirk. Because they threaten you with physical harm, we'll allow this to slide from the evidence what we've seen on the security camera. But I gotta say, girl, you did an excellent job. You should really consider either trying to be a hero or law enforcement. You would be very good in either. I'll put that under advisements, sir. As she rolls her eyes. They contact X-23, her guardian. As she walks into the police station, she sees her daughter in the interrogation room. What did she do, officer? No, she did nothing wrong. She stopped a robbery apparently when she was at the convenience store. Some lowlifes wanted to rob the place, and Izumi took care of it. The young Izumi over there took care of it. She's not being charged with anything. We just gave her a warning. That's all. You're more than welcome to You're more than welcome to take her. You question a child while I guardian wasn't present. We had little time, ma'am. Very well. I'll let this go. Considering my daughter haven't done anything wrong. But if your police force does something like this again, she's a minor. I must be present. One of sorry. I must be present of all things until she turns 18, of course. As you know, the sergeant apologized on his officer's behalf. He fucked up. As she takes Izumi, as they get in the car, seems like you have a productive day, sweetheart. Yeah, sorry, I kind of lost my temper there. The bastard not only pulled a gun on me, but tried to get handsy, so I taught him a lesson. Yeah, sweetheart, you need to get that anger in check. Don't worry, Mom. I don't let my anger control my actions, but I use it as a good feel for battle. Just a couple days let's say yeah, when she finally got home, she was under, her mother wasn't going to allow her to leave outside of school for about a couple weeks. As the news spread of, you know, what she did, the footage, as it finally hit Japan, as one of one of Azawa's contacts when his when he spent his time in America doing some hero work, leak gave him the videos and the information about this girl. They found her name, her quirk, and her little bit of her background. Not a whole lot, but enough to pique Azawa's notice. And as he walks into Nezu's office, as what is it, Eraserhead? Kind of busy. You should take a look at this. Principal Nezu, this is an incident that happened back in America a couple days ago. As he plays on the computer of the footage, as it's the phone footage. Is there a better footage, Ozawa? Yes, there is. As he uploads the video, as Nezu's interesting. What's her judging by her? Is that a quirk or a mutant? It's hard to tell from the footage. I found out that is Izumi, no last name of yet. She has she has some sort of explosion quirk. She has a There hasn't been any reports on her criminal history, but she has dabbled in the other side of things. Her other alias she goes by is C4. And what my contact informed me that she's able to plant charges, able to detonate them by will, by the theory at least. You said to inform me of any unique and promising talent. She fits the bill. A little bit angry, but we could always mold that into something reasonable. Agree to Eraserhead. This has piqued my interest. I want to meet the girl personally. As Nezu gets off his desk, I suggest you start packing, Izawa. We're going on a little trip to America. After all, we might even run into All Might. Who knows? As as Azawa, sighs, yes, sir, as he goes to get packed for a trip to America. As we cut some time later, as Izumi's mother's finally X-23 finally lessen a little bit on the confinement being inside the house constantly. So she was slowly able to go back and hang out with other people that she wants to. So she hanged out with mostly Silk and Gwen a lot. But unnoticed to Izumi, not only heroes took interest, villains as well. As the news clearly hit Japan, and All for One did take notice, as he had Kirigiri. He ordered Kirigiri to retrieve the girl. He's very interested in her quirk. All for One's thinking if everything goes well, he actually might get a new villain out of the deal. So all for One told him to make a plan to capture the girl. So Kirigiri portaled, he transported into America as he searched out the lowlifes, the villains of America, as he came in contact with three villains, and all three of them took the job. Cut to a factory as the three hires that Kirigiri hired. Seriously, you want us to kidnap some girl? Affirmative. If you retrieve this girl, you'd be handsomely paid like we agreed upon. Why us? Simple, my gentlemen's. You have give me a second here. I forgot what I was going to say. You three lot have a respectable. Totally messed up. As Gary like, you three have a respectable reputation in the underworld as villains. I know you three will get the job done. Contact me when you retrieve the girl. Then you will get the rest of the money. As Kirigiri disappears. Some time has passed. As she's walking down the street. Sorry, Izumi. As she's on the phone. Yeah, we can't make it. We have something we have to take care of. Very well. Sorry, we can't join you at the arcade. It's fine. You have your business. We might be friends, but I don't control what you do. Call me if you want to hang out. Call me if you want to hang out again. Hopefully, you go through with it without bailing this time. Sorry. It's fine. Whatever. Catch you later. And she hangs up the phone. As she has her hands in her jacket pocket. As she's walking down the arcade. As she finally gets there, nothing really happens, really. A couple of thugs try to get in her face. As she just lights explosion off her hands as they ran the other way. Calling Izumi a mutant freak. As most population don't really some of the population well some of the normal population sorry, let me try this again. The normal population sees quirks and mutant powers, or they can't tell the difference between the two. That's what I'm about to say. That's what I was trying to say. Don't know why it like that was so hard for me for some reason, but let's continue on. Izumi sees the kid, the punk, run away, calling her a freak. Bottom feeder. And she goes back to her game. Shit, out of money. Well, I guess I should go home. It's getting kind of late. Mom's probably going to kill me. On Izumi's way home, she's texting her mother. As she walks in the convenience store, buys a drink. As she pays for it. As she walks out. As she's not paying attention to what she's doing. She knows the way she's going for home, but she's on her phone. As she got picked up from the back of the collar, lift up the air as she kind of, that startled her as she drops her drink. She drops her drink. As she looks up, as she sees this figure. Found you, girly. As you have Rhino. You shouldn't have done that, freak. As she ignites the explosion in Rhino's face. As he goes back a little bit. As she shakes his head, as Izumi lands on her feet. I don't know who the fuck you are, but you. I suggest you walk the other way. Before I start getting excited. Not really excited. Let's say, as she would say, a shot. I suggest you bucket of bolts, walk around, or walk the way back you came, before you irritate me. With her corner eye, she saw some green liquid coming straightly at her. As she dodges, she blasts to the left, dodges the acid coming straightly towards her. Get up, knucklehead. We have a job to do, remember? As Scorpion is trying to catch Izumi with his tail. As all Izumi saw was a burst of electricity as she goes flying. As she got socked right in the face as she goes flying against a building. About time you got here, shocker. Relax, I'm here now. So this is the target. Get her. As Izumi gets up, oh great, there's more of you losers. Shocker, what? I have nothing to say to a bunch of old fossils. If you want to fight, I'll give you a fucking fight. As Shin has explosion in her hands, it's time to get serious. As Izumi rushes the big three. Well, pretty much. This the group of villains that I wanted to put together. I know some of them worked together before, so. As Izumi goes in to attack, dodging the best she can, as she's getting cuts on her cheek and over her arms, and some on her legs, from Scorpion's stinger, from his blade that's on his tail. As Shocker comes from behind, nails Izumi in the back, igniting electricity after he made physical contact. As Rhino comes from the back, grabs Izumi by the head, slams her to the ground, puts his foot on her head as he's squeezing, as Izumi's screaming out in pain. Hey, Buckethead, we need her alive. Let up. Fine. As the moment that he let off Izumi, the moment that Rhino lifted his foot off Izumi's head, she turned around and ignited a big blue explosion that blowed all three of them in separate directions and into separate different buildings. As Rhino went through a fuel tank truck, as it ignited, as it blew up, as Shocker went through a jewelry store window. And for Scorpion, and hasn't been very quiet fight, so the population knows that there's a fight going on as the news got called. There's a news helicopter recording the whole incident with Izumi as it's on the TV as Izumi's mother, X20, 20, I forgot now. It's X23. I don't remember at the moment. I'm drawing a blank, but as Izumi Duppa mother sees it on the news, as she bolts out, takes her jacket on, and rides on, jumps in one of her vehicles. It's announced over the news that Shocker, Rhino, and Scorpion is trying they're ganging up on a young girl with blonde hair with red eyes that had some sort of explosion ability. Izumi gets up as she coughs up blood as she's standing up, kind of wobbly. That's what you get, bunch of bottom feeders. As Izumi sees all three of them get back up, Shocker's, well, yeah, I totally forgot Scorpion where he got landed, but well, let's say he got hit into a U-Haul truck, a side of it. So as they all three finally get up, as Izumi's breathing heavy. So you want to go again? Bring it. As she's getting ready for another blue explosion. Izumi's about to get ready to attack. As she hears someone announce himself, as he sees the blonde man that's been all over the posters all around town and on TV. As All Might announced himself, and he's like, "Don't fear, young miss." He did his whole "I am here" speech, and you villains, you will, you should fear me. As he jumps up and does a smash, as all three of the Scorpion, Shocker, and Rhino goes flying into buildings. All Izumi could see from her wobbling and her blurry vision as All Might does manhandling Rhino, ripping off his armor and knocking him out, ripping off Scorpion's tail. After Shocker tried to get over All Might, he grabbed onto his gauntlets and squeezed as Shocker screams as All Might slams his head to the ground, defeating all three of them single-handedly. Pretty easy. All Might walks over to Izumi. "Are you alright, uh, young miss?" "I'm fine." "You don't look fine. Maybe you need to sit down." "So you're the mighty All Might. Quite impressive. But I still could take you." As Izumi passes out, as All Might catches her. As X-23 comes rushing out of her vehicle over to All Might. "Don't worry, ma'am. The young lady's just exhausted. She might have a couple broken bones, but I think she'll be all fine. You should get to her hospital as soon as possible." As Izumi was taken to the hospital, and for All Might, he saw the whole event. He watched her fight, as that piqued his interest, as All Might's thinking that she's a very good possibility for a successor for his quirk. She's powerful. She doesn't blindly goes into blind rage. What he saw. He saw her having. He knows she has, some anger issues, but for what he's seen, he's only seen her using that anger to fight in a positive way. Because each time the anger she gets, the stronger her explosion gets, where she could go even more powerful than normal, based off her emotions. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. That was always the plan, but I just totally forgot about it. My bad. Sorry, guys. Should have said it on part zero, but yeah. Oh my, got where she was getting sent to. He's going to pay her a visit later on. He has hero stuff to do. So he jumps off and does his own thing. As a couple days has passed, as she finally wakes up, as she's getting ready to attack, she doesn't know where she is. As X-23 rushes over there, wraps her arms around her, and as she's like, "Don't ever do that again. You had me worried." And she's like, what happened, Izumi?" Don't give me any bullshit. As I don't know, these three guys came out of nowhere after I got home. When I was last texting you, I was walking home from the arcade. They just started attacking me, so I had no way out. They clearly wasn't going to allow me to leave. All I know is that they were seemed like they were paid to kidnap me. I don't know why, but that's all the information I got out of them. Well, I'll deal with that in a little bit, dear. Why don't you get some rest? How long am I going to be in this hospital? Not yet. The, until the doctors check you over. Fine. Whatever. As on the last day before she gets discharged, they get a visitor as X-23 sees a man with a scarf and a little rodent. What do you want? I'm here to speak with your daughter, Izumi. I am a principal from a hero academy from Japan. And what I've seen of your daughter shows great promise. I would like to talk with her. You, of course, are more than welcome to stay. I wouldn't dream talking about something like this without her mother present, of course. Very well, I'll allow it for now. Please, can you put away those shiny claws? Uh, you're making my friend over here nervous. This is always in a fighting stance. Very well. Say what you gotta say. Hello, Izumi. I am Nezu from UA, Hero Branch from Japan, and I've came across some of your feats recently. That convenience store you visit. Yeah, what of it? And your recent events. It's shown that you have shown you have a powerful quirk, and what I've seen, you have decent control over it. And what I saw recently proves the fact that you are perfect for UA. You're able to fight off three well known villains by yourself until All Might appeared. You would make an excellent hero, a good addition to our school. I would like to officially offer you a scholarship to UA when you when UA opens again. After high school, of course. After all, UA is a hero academy. It's a college hero academy, a university, if you would label it something. And if you do accept, if your mother can't cross, countries, that's completely understandable. I can arrange a foreign exchange family to take you in until UA starts and you could start living in the dormitory. It's up to you. Mom, what do you think? I don't know nothing about this academy in Japan. I've never even been Japan that I know of. A short note, pause. I'm sorry. She, was kind of born in Japan, so she's yeah, she's Japanese, but she doesn't remember like she's ever been to Japan. She knows she's Japanese, but that's as far as she knows. Well, Izumi, it is it's a very well known good hero school. It's the number one in Japan. Actually, it's almost number one in every nation, except a couple others. Will All Might be there? As it might happen. If I accept this scholarship, when do I supposed to be leaving to Japan? I'm curious. Well, we would require you to be in Japan strictly after you're done with your middle school. We would want to place you in a foreign exchange family to get you adjusted to Japan and get you ready for the academy. You will be trained by a pro hero while you're staying in Japan. Of course, that's unless your mother can't make it. That's just one option we have. So, mom, I know you just can't up and leave. So, do you trust this mouse? I allow my daughter to do this. What family will you be placing her with? As Nezzy will be placing her with a hero. She'll be taken care of. We've already made arrangements. If you can't make it, she will be taken in by the Todorokis, and they will look after her until the time for UA. Then she can move into dormitories. Who's the hell is Todorokis? They're the second ranking number one hero. Well, Endeavor is the second ranking hero in Japan, and Izumi will be staying with his family. Him and his kids. Also, on a side note, you'll have access to the UA's gym facilities early than the rest of the students. Since you've been accepted in the scholarship program. Very well. Mom. Mom. She's been quiet. What? Oh, sorry, sweetheart. I was talking with Charles. Oh, that man. So what did he say? Professor told me to, Charles told me to, we could trust Nezu. Ah, you talked to Charles? As Nezu, perks up. Oh, I miss our chess matches. He was always a good opponent. Small pause. I didn't know where she's at in what grade she is because I didn't really specify in part zero. So I'm saying she's in her between yeah, she would be in her still first year, I think. Let's just say she's in her second year of middle school, and she has one more year to go. She's like, very well, Nezu, you got a deal. As they shake on it, she finally gets discharged. This next year, she spends a lot of time outside of school, spending time with her mother. As she knows, she's gonna, deep down, she's gonna miss her, but she's not gonna up and say that to her. As during this year, Izumi and her adopted mother, their bond got a lot closer. As we cut to the end of the year, as she said goodbye to Silk and Gwen, as as the last day has arrived, as she's at the airport with her bags, as her mother is right behind her, as Izumi hugs her mother, says she's going to miss her, that she's going to call her, every few days. And X23 agrees to that. As she plays something on Izumi, a tracker, just in case. Just in case someone tries to kidnap her again. She knows where she's at all times. As the time finally board the plane, as she gets up on, she finally boards. As the plane takes off. As it's a long process of getting to America to Japan. Well, as when she finally got there, she was fast asleep. as they announce they arrive, as she finally gets up, as she gets her luggage out. As when she finally picks up her luggage, as she's walking out, as she sees a woman with white hair with red streaks all over around it, holding a sign with Izumi's name on it. As Izumi walks over to her, as Fumi. I just found the first picture I saw. As Fumi, oh, so you must be Izumi. Hi, I'm Fumi. As you know, they shake hands. You'll be staying with us for your time here. Please come in. Step in the car. As they both get into the car. Let's apologize, Izumi, ahead of time. Some of my family won't be pleasant towards you or inviting, like some of us. It's some family drama going. You don't have to worry about it though. But my dad been telling him. But my dad mentioned that he'll be training you. Yeah, good luck on that. My brother can't stand his training. Hopefully you could stick it out. My my dad could be quite aggressive. You have nothing to worry about, Fumi. I'm not the delicate type. Not my style. Well, I gotta say, Izumi, your Japanese is very good. Oh yeah, I pick up. I knew I was gonna come here, so I had to learn the language. Pick it up pretty easy though, like it's second nature. As they roll up to the Todoroki residence, as you have Endeavor waiting for his daughter and his new person he's going to train. As Izumi sees Endeavor, good, you're home, daughter. I was about to send your brother out to get you. Father, we're fine. I'm fine. This is Izumi. Oh yeah, the explosion girl. You have a nice look to you. You're not cowering before me. As he blasts off his fire, as he's blasting off, explosion in her hands. Try me, old man. I'll crush you. Oh really? As Endeavor starts laughing, I like this one. This will make this whole thing a whole lot bearable. Come on, Izumi. So how was your flight? It was, it was very boring, but nothing major happened, Mister Endeavor. Call me Enji. As yeah, Endeavor's taking a liking to Izumi. I think that's what Endeavor's name is, Enji Todoroki. I'm not totally sure on that. Leave down a comment below if I'm wrong, because I really don't know. But yeah. So after Endeavor get to know Izumi and what she wants to do, and she wants to crush All Might. This like not like kill him or anything like that. Just crush him, crush his spirit, break every record he's ever held in UA. That's her main goal. Given she can't go to the entrance exams because she's recommending. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll put it. I'll put it. I'll put it. Oh, sorry. I'll put it in the community tab if you want her to go through the recommendations because to test her skills. If not, then we'll just skip to you know what? That would make no sense for her to be in the entrance exams because she's a recommended. She got recommended. Scholarship. That's the word I was looking for. Scholarship, not recommended. What am I talking about? Losing my mind. But let's continue forward. I'll have her appear at the sports festival. Not sports festival. At the entrance exam. But deserving the competition. So that's what she's gonna do during that time. So that's how she wants to defeat All Might records and demoralize him, surpass him. And for the rest of the Todorokis, the eldest brother, he's very cordial towards Izumi, very nice. Endeavor is, nice with Izumi. Shoto noticed that his training has been a lot more less rough, lot more sorry, not as brutal as normal. He's been easing it up on his training, giving Shoto a break now and then, easing on the pressure. As Izumi is being trained by Endeavor personally, and he's not going easy on her. And Izumi is not some delicate flower. She'll push right back. As Endeavor has been thrown into a couple of the walls in their manner. Fumi starts yelling at them, telling them to fix that immediately. As Endeavor and Izumi are forced to fix the wall that they broke. Oh, sorry, guys. For Izumi and Shoto, their their interactions are cordial, short but cordial. They keep it in as less words as possible. Shoto doesn't really care as long as his father's not on his ass about training, just to use his fire. He doesn't care. He's a bit relieved. And Izumi doesn't really have any opinion of Todoroki. He keeps to himself, so he doesn't bug her. So he's he sorry, he's not bugging her, so she won't care. She has no problems with him. She finds it odd that she's never seen him use his fire side. She knows that he has one, but he refuses to use it for some reason. So she never really go further into the subject. She just thought it was odd to limit yourself to that degree, just out of stubbornness. And because she's living with the Todorokis, she got enrolled in Shoto's school with Momo because it made sense for that to be. Because no point for him to have her transfer to outside of where his kids go to. So Izumi goes in for the sleep for the night. As you have Fumi and her father talking in his office. You're being awfully nice to Izumi. What's the catch, father? What? I can't enjoy someone else's company. It's nothing. I have nothing planned for Izumi. Nothing devious. I simply like the girl. I like her personality. She's not total disrespectful, but she won't back down, and she'll be good motivation for Shoto. Dad, what? If it happened she excels and Shoto stays where he is, it's gonna make him reevaluate his decisions. I only want Shoto to accept the fire side of his ability, of his quirk. He needs to stop using using me as a excuse for not using his fire. It's pure weakness, and he needs to learn that and rise above it. His endeavors in his thinking in his mind. And if I could get Shoto and them get close enough, imagine what type of powerful offspring that would provide. As endeavors thinking on the wrong along those lines. If I force them in a situation where they have to interact with each other, maybe something will happen. As Fumi's looking at her father, I don't like that look, father. What are you planning? Nothing, dear. I'm not planning anything, dear. Nothing at all. Cough. So, where's your brother at? As to change the topic, as Fumi finally gave up. As she before, this is not over, father. Yeah, I know it, sweetheart. Still, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, right. As she walks off. Since that day, Endeavor had Shoto and Izumi always train together. As slowly, Izumi's growing somewhat of a friendship towards with Shoto. Izumi's interaction with Momo's very nice towards her, so there's no issue there. And she just doesn't like how sometimes she gets angry and gets quite violent when she gets angry. So that's kind of scares Momo a little bit. Not for other people, for she doesn't want Izumi to get hurt because she knows she's thinking she might make a mistake and either hurt herself or hurt someone else or hurt herself. So that's what Momo's thinking in her head. Only way for Izumi to have her outburst if someone's trying to mess with her. So normally she's pretty laid back, as long as you don't piss her off. Side note: Endeavor does know about All Might's condition, and he's looking for a successor. He knows All Might is have an interest in Izumi. Endeavor was very against it, but because he doesn't want no All Might anything to deal with All Might whatsoever with when it comes to Izumi. But Nezu is very adamant that she is one of the best choices to inherit All Might's quirk. One for all. As Endeavor's like, fine. But don't interrupt my training with Izumi. She has a rigorous schedule. This time she'll be free. Izumi trains with Endeavor normally. Then every 2 weeks, sorry, not every 2 weeks. Let's say as Endeavor and All Might decided, they'll split the training. 2 years, she'll train with All Might after a certain amount of time has passed. They agree on when the training will begin, as All Might, talks about what he wants to talk to her about. As Endeavor told her to meet someone, a hero, at Dagobah Beach. Afterwards, he'll have someone pick her up. As she gets to Dagobah Beach, as it's all filthy, it's all with trash and junk and debris and disgusting. As she sees, a little skinny man, she's like, "Hello, Izumi. It's been a while." As like, "Who the hell are you, old man?" "It's me, All Might." And I highly doubt that. He looks around as he buffs up. As All Might, what's going on? As he shrinks back down. Walk with me, Izumi. As you see, one of my a while back ago, my most serious villain fight, I got injured, and my hero time got knocked down a lot. My inner organ, my stomach, my kidneys, a lot of them are gone on that side. And it came to my realization I need to choose like a successor. I had several choices in mind, but when it came down to it, you're the most one. Sorry, I forget what I was going to say. Most best suited for my quirk. What do you mean? My quirk is able to be passed down. It's been passed down the several hero lines. I wasn't always All Might. I was born quirkless. and my master gifted me with her quirk before she passed away during a villain fight with a villain called All for One. As he goes through the timeline, he's telling her a lot more than he did in Canon Izuku. What's the catch, All Might? There's always a catch with these type of deals, with these type of things. Of course, learning that there's quirks get passed down or taken away. That's very concerning, but that could I could put a pin on that for a later date. So, what the side effects will happen? I highly doubt. I highly doubt anything good will happen mixing my quirk with yours in the same body. Oh, you have nothing to worry, young lady. It will actually increase your quirk. It's a enhancer based quirk. Stockpile. Hmm. I accept. Really? I was figured you would think a lot more. I accept. If it allows my quirk to evolve to a higher degree, I accept. I will be your successor of your quirk. So, how does this thing work? First, when your training begins, we're going to have to work on your body so you're able to contain. Give me a second here. To contain one for all. And after that, you have to ingest some of my DNA. Then we'll explain further on when we get to that point. Very well. What date and what time? As Izumi gets the date and time. As she continues training with Endeavor. Using her quirk and outside of her quirk. Endeavor knows pretty early on that Izumi is quite the scrapper. She doesn't just use her quirk, she'll use physical attacks as well. That crazy girl is not afraid to get her hands dirty. And she gets quite brutal sometimes. But Fumi, got her to ease up on a lot of things, so she's not as vicious as she normally would be. As with Fumi, being the center of the whole family, and with Izumi there, she treats Izumi like a younger sister. That's how their relationship, goes. Fumi actually caught Shoto and Izumi trying to pull a prank on Shoto's brother, as that was very odd behavior for Shoto. But they got chewed out nonetheless. The time has progressed, as she's always made sure to make contact with her mother. As her mother has come to visit a couple times, she met Endeavor. They get along all right. She finds him a bit abrasive, too loud, but she sees her daughter's happy, so that's all she cares about. As her schooling is she top grades. Right aside Momo, as Momo will always try to get her to apply herself into schooling, this education in general. As the day have finally arrived for the training to begin with All Might. As All Might begins telling her to clean Deku Beach, as she does. As it doesn't take her too long. Let's just say it took her, judging because she would have to the summer. Yeah. So if we hit summer, so yeah. Okay, okay. Well, this is how I do. It took her about let's say 3 months. Just just because there's a lot more trash. There was a lot more stuff on the beach this time around than in canon. So it was extremely trashy. So I'm just saying it, the way it took her that long. As the end of the training session, as All Might, flicks a piece of hair and as he's like, eat this. As he seems like gross. As she swallows it, I had no choice. Now, wait the next 24 hours and you should have. It would be fully digested and you should have my quirk. Meet me meet me at the time at Deku Beach and we'll go into the details on how to use my quirk. Very well, All Might. We'll see you tomorrow. As the car pulls up, picks up Izumi, she goes back to the Todoroki residence. As Shota says, you're back from your famous training session with All Might himself. It's not bad enough you trained my father, now you got All Might. Who's next? The third number one? The third hero? Don't give me that, Shoto. It's not like I asked for it. They just keep showing up. Whatever gets me more powerful, I don't really care. So, how is training with All Might, by the way? Um, he's not. He's more lenient than your father. Your dad is a lot more strict and brutal in his teaching methods. But this hasn't been my first encounter with All Might. I met him back in the States. And he helped me in a tough situation that I had completely under control. Shota is like, yeah, sure, Izumi, whatever you say. Don't give me that tone. Oh, Shoto. Easy there. Rocket. No, not Rocket. Easy there, Sparkles. I dare you to say that again, Todoroki. Sparkles. As Fumi hits them both to the head. That's enough, you two. Dinner's ready. Lucky Todoroki. Whatever, Sparkles. As they sit down to eat. As we're gonna cut to the next day. As Izumi gets to the beach, waiting for All Might, as he finally shows up. As oh, good you're here, Izumi. After having a long discussion with my old teacher, I probably should explain more in detail what I originally was going to do. Because if you put too much power in one limb, you might explode. Well, your arm might explode. What? As he goes into a explanation, as it was a very irritating explanation. Izumi knows he's not a good teacher. A good when it comes to stuff like this. There's no disrespect, All Might. You're a good hero, but you're a terrible teacher. But I get the gist of what you're getting. So as Izumi cocks her hand back, as she uses about 2% of um of her new acquired quirk. One for all. As she swings, as she makes, the water part. It's nothing crazy, but as she's like, huh, I could go further. As she slowly knocks it up a couple notches, as she repeats this over and over again until she gets to the point where it strains. As she's like, at my current level, All Might, judging by the power outage I got out of it, I would say it's about 15, almost 20% of power for one for all. I keep forgetting like that I get one for all and the other one mixed up for some reason because they sound similar, but yeah, they're arranged differently. But yeah, let's get down to the what if. Oh, she's still in the last year of high school, so this is that time frame. So she was training with All Might while she was going to school, and do some more training with Endeavor. Not as much, but enough for she would get some benefits out of it. As All for One has known his little plan to kidnap her has failed, he has kept her on a watch list to observe her, what she does, where she goes. So the League of Villains is keeping tabs on her. For now. As we cut, as we time skip to the last day of high school or whatever, as everyone what they want to do, as they announce there's 3 students in their class that's going to go to UA. 2 recommended students, Momo Yadarozu and Shoto Todoroki. And class, we actually have something new. Young Izumi there has a scholarship to UA personally from Nezu. As all the class gets quiet, as Shoto knows about that, so did Momo. As Izumi's like, whatever. Whatever, teach. Is that all? Or can we go? Because I want to get home so I can start training. As easy there. Sparkles. As Shoto. Did you tell him? Yeah, I kinda did. It's hilarious. As I'm gonna kill you one of these days. I don't think so, Sparkles. As as the teacher gets their own attention, as they continue to class, as the bell rings, as Izumi, got pissed off, so she's walking. It's like, you could ride in the car. I'm not going anywhere with you. Come on, Sparkles, it's not that big of a deal. Name's Izumi, Shoto. Use it. As she walks off. Suits her. He gets back in the car. Happy with himself, teasing Izumi. As he's cold to everyone else, but he likes to tease Izumi because it humors him. Game Todoroki's playing. He's wondering how far he could push her before she starts to retaliate. So that's pretty much how far he could push her till she blows him up, pretty much. She decided to take a detour. She just wanted to go check a couple shops out. As she heard a loud explosion in town. As she's come upon a scene where there's a loud blonde yelling, "I'm gonna kill you, villain, when I get out of here," as he's blasting off explosions like an idiot. The moment Izumi sees this blonde kid, it pisses her off. She doesn't know why, but something about him just pisses her off. As all the heroes can't do anything, as Izumi jumps over them. "Girl, you're gonna wait. Shut up. Shut up, overworm. Bottom feeder. I'll take care of this. Clearly you can't do your job. Don't know why. Think you're pretty much a coward. Nevertheless, time to get started." As she's crackling explosions in her hand as she's walking towards the sludge villain. As the sludge villain noticed her. "Stay back, girl. I already got it, meat puppet." As Izumi walks up, she looks at the sludge villain, and she's like, "You're one ugly motherfucker. I kind of feel sorry for you. Being so hideous and all. And the smell, my god, that could probably kill lesser creatures like birds. I won't be surprised there's a couple pigeons on the ground." He's getting irritated. "You're dead, girl. What's the matter, Sludgy? Don't like insults? Or or is it the fact that you can't comprehend the insults?" And she tilts her head and she smiles. "If you're gonna do something, do it, loser." As the sludge villain comes, strictly at Izumi. As each debris that the sludge villain scoops up in his sludge Izumi has charges placed in as she's just dodging and weaving as he's picking up objects in his slime. As Izumi's smiling. As All Might's watching this. As it's being broadcast over the news. Izumi jumped back. Hey, bottom feeder, release the boy. And you might survive. As Izumi's giving a crooked smile. As he lunges towards Izumi, as the pieces of it's in his sludge starts igniting. As Izumi placed the charges into the sludge villain placed those debris that she planted her bombs in. Bakugo's fine. As Bakugo goes flying towards Izumi, as Izumi catches him by the collar and throws him at the heroes. You're on my way, bottom feeder. As she tosses Bakugo. As we cut to a woman in her kitchen doing some dishes. As we cut to the Bakugo residence, as Mitsuki drops the plate, as she falls to the ground, as she's relieved that her son's alright, but that's not what got her in a state of shock. As she's like, it can't be. As her husband's, what is it, dear? It's Izumi, our daughter. As they look at the news, as they see the scene where she's, saved Bakugo and tossed him aside like it's a piece of trash. As Mitsuki starts crying, we cut to Izumi, as he focuses her attention to the sludge villain, as it's about to starts trying to form again, as Izumi starts throwing large explosions at it, as Bakugo is seeing that as he's getting pissed off, as he starts yelling copycat. As Bakugo noticed, there's a hint of blue in it, fading out and in. She's doing it on purpose, just to show him that hers is better. As All Might stops it and does the smash thing and tells the police to contain the threat. As they all rush All Might, as All Might did very well, young miss. You could have gone a little bit less violent there, but you did the job well done. No problem, All Might. He was irritating. He was blocking that path to one of the shops I wanted to go into, so I'm gonna go shopping. As she goes, picks up a few things. As she's starting to walk home, as some blonde comes up to him. It's like, I didn't need your help, goddammit, copycatter. Clearly you needed my help. If you weren't a villain's bitch, excuse me? You heard what I said. You're so weak, you became his bitch. You're fortunate if I came across you. Yes, we might have a similar quirk, it seems. As she tilts her head. But mine's better. I'm on a higher tier than you, bottom feeder. As Bucker goes and tries to explode Izumi, as she ignites a blue explosion, as Bucker goes flying into the wall, as Izumi has her foot against his throat, as she kneels down, putting pressure on it, so slightly. Listen here, bottom feeder. You're not a threat to me. You're not even on my fucking radar. So stay out of my way, or I'll crush you. As she gets off him, as she walks off. See you around, Chihuahua. Excuse me? No. Yeah, you're not a Chihuahua. You're more like a Pomeranian. I probably pronounced that wrong, but, whatever, It calls them, all bark, no bite. As Bakugo gets pissed off, but he has no choice but to back off. Clearly, the girl is stronger than him. As when Bakugo gets home, as his mother's asking a whole lot of questions about that blonde he met. Yeah, it was the whole scene where she had it pinned to the wall with her foot. Bakugou was sitting down against the wall as Izumi had her foot on his throat as she kneeled down a little bit, so the foot still on his throat, but Bakugou to see her face, her expression when she threatened him. She wants to threaten him in his face to make sure he knows that she means business. But all he knows is her name was Izumi. Mitsuki doesn't know what to do. She wants to meet her daughter, but yet she still kind of feels very bad about the whole fact that she gave her up in the first place. But they had no choice. They couldn't provide enough for two children. Think we got pretty much as we'll continue a little bit forward. Just a little bit. I'll close the scene as Izumi finally gets home. As saw what you did in the news, pretty gnarly of you, Izumi. What? No sparkle today? No, I think I teased you enough for today. Dad wants to talk to you. Well, you know what I mean. As Izumi goes off, she goes off to Endeavor's office. Yeah, sir, you want to see me? Very well job done today. You got some experience at least with some villain attack, even though it's kind of illegal. But the heroes weren't doing anything, and I pulled some strings, so you won't have any charges. Why don't you get ready? Fumi should have dinner ready by now. As Izumi, sit down with everyone, as that was the topic of the night. Izumi's little rush was a villain, saving some blonde kid that had a similar quirk. But as she scoffed, mine's more superior than his. Bottom feeder. As Izumi's like, it's not nice to talk to. Fumi's like, it's not very nice to talk to people behind our back. I'm like, well, that's fine. As she stops bad mouthing Bakugo. And she doesn't. It's just something about him that irritates her. That she just want to wring his neck. She's not used to feeling so violent towards someone. But for Bakugo, she wants. She doesn't know that that's her brother. So, her twin brother. So that's where we're going to leave it off because it's a long video. So I hope you guys have a good night and day, judging my time zones or wherever you are in the world you're at. And I'll catch you in the next video.